The top 10 right guards in the league. We're going to do number 10, Kevin Zeitler, the now Detroit Lion. They'll lose Jonah Jackson, add him. I think it's a good veteran presence for him. He's been doing it for a while at a very high rate, efficient level. Definitely for his age, definitely proves to be still reliable, still a force to be reckoned with. It's a huge loss for the Baltimore Ravens, honestly, for their run game and their offensive attack. But for Detroit, I mean, it helps them out. They lose a big guy, they gain someone that's a veteran leadership and still a really good, productive guard. So Kevin Zeitler, 34 years old, 12 years in the league, 1 year, $6 million that he signed with Detroit. 15 games played, 982 snaps, 4 penalties, and 2 sacks allowed. We also got a Pro Bowl bid with that, so overall, very deserving to be on this list. And yeah, I'm sure he's going to be very impactful in Detroit. Number 9, I got James Daniels, the Pittsburgh Steeler offensive line, right guard primarily. Yeah, I mean he's been pretty impactful coming from Chicago to Pittsburgh. Definitely has played the Pittsburgh Steeler way, and I mean he's a tough nose. He gets in there, in the trenches. Just overall, pretty good right guard for him. Very productive and still very young, so he still has a lot more football to go for him. Look at James Daniels, 26 years old, 7 years in the league. 1 year, $8.25 million left in the deal. 15 games that he played, 944 snaps, 3 penalties, and a sack allowed. So overall, great productivity for him. Definitely, Pittsburgh's happy with having him, and he should be happy with where he's at right now. Definitely going to help Pittsburgh's offense a lot this year. We got another Chiefs offensive lineman on this list. We got Trey Smith at number 8 here, right guard, very young, very talented, and yeah, he's going to be there for a long time if they play their cards right. It's a team that's in their prime, their dynasty age right now. Anyone that's not a Chiefs fan is pretty sad about it, but Trey Smith has been pretty impactful for this team, and he's a two-time Super Bowl champion for that. Overall, Trey Smith, as of right now, you're looking at 25 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $3.36 million left in the deal. He has 17 games played, 1,086 snaps, 8 penalties, and 2 sacks allowed. Overall penalties can definitely go down for him, but as a as a blocker, he's been fantastic. Great, great at when they have to double team. Really great on the run block. And for a big man, pretty fast. So overall, really impactful, and it's just another Chiefs player that's on this list. Number 7, we got Graham Glasgow. So for him, I mean, he was a right guard. Having Zeitler there, I feel like Zeitler will go to right guard. He'll go to left guard. Still a complete offensive line here for Detroit. It's crazy to say that, but they finally have done it. Glasgow has been there for majority of his career. Went to Denver for about 2 or 3 seasons. Then they were lucky enough, also smart enough to re-sign him, and it's paid off dividends for them. So he's been nothing short of spectacular there. So overall, Glasgow, 31 years old, 8 years in the league, 3 years, $20 million, 17 games played, 1,061 snaps, 5 penalties, and 2 sacks allowed. So overall, very reliable person. Gonna play every game, and that definitely a right guard or left guard for now. In the future, we'll see where he goes. That's still gonna have an impactful season and help this Detroit offense be even better than they were last year. So we got Wyatt Teller, the guard for the Browns. Definitely plays well with Bitonio and Pochich out there. They have a fantastic offensive line, the best in the North, and probably the best in the AFC. Definitely one of those offensive lines that are just built for the long haul. They're also built for the playoffs. it's a great thing that they got going out there. But Wyatt Teller, he's a huge contributor of it. Big body dude, moves, pancake blocks, all you name it. 29 years old, 6 years in the league, 2 years, $28.8 million up in the deal. 17 games played, 1,187 snaps, 6 penalties, and 6 sacks allowed. But he was a Pro Bowler, so overall he's made his money's worth, and he's still effective and definitely something that the Browns love to have, and that's Wyatt Teller. For five, I got Quinn Myers. What he's been able to do in Denver has been spectacular. I mean, he's ferocious. He's got brings tenacity to this offensive line. Just overall, what you want in a guard, man. He is not afraid to make the blocks, to make sure that he hits people. And overall, I mean, he's been very, very productive for this team. They got Quinn Myers, 25 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $3.36 million up in the deal. 17 games played, 1,038 snaps. He also had 4 penalties and 2 sacks allowed. It's a great year that he had. Definitely a big, big contributor to this offensive line in Denver, and he deserves his flowers. Shaq Mason, who's been pretty impactful player since he's entered the league. Played under Tom Brady for a majority of his career in New England and Tampa. It's been great to watch him play and great to watch him be successful as a right guard in the league. Shaq Mason, he's 30 years old, 9 years in the league. He has 3 years, $35 million up in a deal. Played in 17 games, 1,132 snaps. He had 5 penalties and 3 sacks allowed. Regardless of some of these guys that had less, he's just been doing this for a longer time and at a higher productivity of him. So overall, he deserves to be on this list. He's number four. It's just well deserved. Got Brandon Scherff, future Hall of Fame guard. He's been doing this for a long time. All pros, Pro Bowls, you name it. And he's been fantastic for Jacksonville. I know this video is old from when he was in college, but it's the same premise. It's what he's been doing for years. Strength, power, pancake blocks, you name it. I mean, he's fearless, and he's not gonna back down from a challenge, a D tackle, a D end, and it's been great seeing him play the game of football from being in Washington for so long to transitioning, signing with the Jaguars, and I think it's helped him. And I know that the Jaguars are extremely happy to have him, and hopefully they can turn around this year and go to the playoffs, win a division maybe. It's gonna be hard with that division now, but overall, Brandon Sheriff. So 32 years old, 9 years in the league. He's got 1 year, $10 million up in the contract. 17 games that he played, 1,079 snaps. He had 5 penalties and 2 sacks allowed. No Pro Bowls, all pros this year, which is surprising. But again, this is a future Hall of Fame talent at guard. So overall, pay attention to what he's doing, and definitely needs to have respect. And he's right here with the respect level on where he's at on this list. So when we're taking a look at number two, we got Zack Martin. When we look at Hall of Fame ranked guards, you look at Zack Martin. Leadership, the ability of staying healthy throughout a season, the ability of taking on the best of the best and doing it so fluid and so smoothly at his position. Strength, agility, athleticism. I mean, he's got it all. It was really hard for me not to put him at the number one spot, but I had more of a clear idea of who was there at number one as of right now. It could always change. Zack Martin's like, if it's like, if you have a list, it's like he's like 1A really. He's like tied for first in a way, but I had to put him on a countdown. I got to put him on number two. Zack Martin, 33 years old, 10 years in the league already. 2 years, $19.25 million left in the deal. 17 games that he played, 908 snaps, 3 penalties, and 4 sacks allowed. He was a Pro Bowler and a first team All Pro again, which made it hard for me to see if he could have been number one. But overall, he had a great year. He's still doing what he's doing, and he deserves to be there. It's Chris Lindstrom from the Atlanta Falcons. That's kind of what separated me from Zack Martin. Chris Lindstrom is just younger, and he's got more potential of just being better at the end of the day. in terms of his longevity, he's just got more years in him. He's definitely proven to be one of the most reliable guards in the league. Like I said, it's very close on who's 1 and 2, but Chris Lindstrom, in my opinion, isn't the best right guard right now in the league. What he's been able to do for Atlanta, helping Bijan Robinson get the numbers that he's gotten in his rookie year, even with a really bad QB that they had. Now having an upgrade there, he was still able to carry this and protect Desmond Ridder at the time from sacks and whatnot. So overall, I mean, Chris Lindstrom, reliable, healthy, and just a really great football player, honestly. You look at Chris Lindstrom, 27 years old, 5 years in the league, 5 years, $80 million for him. 16 games that he played, 1,066 snaps, 7 penalties, and 3 sacks allowed. He was a Pro Bowler. He was also a second team All Pro. Yeah, he might have not gotten first team All Pro, but he will be there probably next year. Overall, he is the best right guard in the league, and I don't really think there's much to discuss about it between them and Zack Martin. They're right there, but Chris Lindstrom just takes the cake right now.